So in this video, I'll be talking about how do we let go of negative patterns of giving up. I want you to pay real close attention to this video and also be aware when was the last time you picked up a book, you enrolled in some course and you did that for a few days or a few weeks, and when did you give up? Few people have a pattern of giving up soon, few people have a pattern of giving up exactly before they just about to win, right? And in this video we'll be looking at what your pattern is and how do we detach yourself from it so that you operate from a different place. All right, so let me quickly introduce myself to you. My name is Vinayak. I'm a spiritual coach. I help people let go of the past, shift at the identity level so that they can quantum jump into any desired reality. So in this very short video, I'll be talking about just a few examples of the pattern of giving up. Now in your life, I want you to really just look at some activity, something that you did in the past 2 or 3 months, any book that you purchased and you decided that I'll finish this book in a week, and you took this book for maybe 2 or 3 days or enrolled in some course or something else. You started studying something, right? And you maybe wanted to upload some videos and you wanted to do some business. You got some business idea and you started giving up. When did you give up? If there are 3 steps or 5 steps towards success for studying or business or weight loss, where do you give up? Is it in the start? Is it in the first step? This can be the first step. Is it in the second or the third step? Or is it really close to success? Now, once you identified that, let's go to the next step. Next layer. So, why does these patterns arise? Your mind keeps repeating something when it thinks it is beneficial for you. Like, for example, long back, like this is something that I can recollect, that long back in school, there were certain assignments that we had to do. And I remember going back home and I was really terrified because I wasn't able to finish up all the assignments. And during that anxiety phase, I really gave up at that moment. My friend just told me that, you can copy from my book. And I just started copying it and I just finished it and I felt a relief. I want you to look at something like that in your life. When you were doing something and when it started becoming tough, it was stressful, there was a lot of anxiety, somebody else led, somebody else took the responsibility, and you just had to follow, you just had to listen, and you were okay to stay at a level, not at that level but at a certain level in your life, and you liked that person leading you, you liked to be a follower, and from that place the identity becomes stronger. That place the identity defines itself to be giving up so that we stay at a level, and if we don't give up, maybe there might be a threat. Again, this is what the mind detects. It's not exactly 100% true, but the mind detects that if I keep finishing up my homework, my assignment, then the class teacher will make me the class representative. I'll have to stand up on the stage and give a speech, and there'll be so much of responsibility, so let me be mediocre. Right? So think about the same thing when you're doing certain things for the first step, second step and the third step, and the mind detects, oh my god, if I keep doing this, I might be excellent, I might reach that level, so let me give up for a while and just be mediocre and let me just survive. Can you see this? Can you see how it makes sense? And I want you to go deeper in this process. I want you to go deeper and just identify, because this video, there's no technique, there's no law of attraction process or some technique through which you can just let go of some pattern, but this is you owning it, you admitting that you have this, and you really seeing it. you're really seeing it. And in that seeing itself, you can observe right now, by just observing it, that pattern dissolves. That pattern loses its control over you, right? And that's the magic in just seeing. And this is something, a quick example I just wanted to share with you, that I was watching something online, and a person was scared of some ghost and was perceiving that there might be some ghost in a corner of his room, and he was terrified for almost like 10 years. Somebody just told him, held his hand, took him to that corner. There was a wardrobe there, opened up the wardrobe in the middle of the night, and that kid, teenager kid, just looked inside the wardrobe, and there was nothing there. That just released all that tension, released all that pain, released all that fear. What happens is, when we are really fearful of a few things, when we have the courage to really look at the things that the mind perceives as a threat, and that thing is no longer a threat anymore. That thing, you get a huge sense of accomplishment, pride, and you feel grounded, you feel centered, and you feel like leading other people who might be stuck in a pattern, right? I hope this video makes a lot of sense. I hope this was really valuable for you. Once again, let me just quickly recap. Patterns with regards to giving up might arise, and first and foremost, observe what kind of pattern you have. Are you giving up at the first step? Are you giving up in the middle? Or are you giving up almost in the end when you see the finish line? Where do you give up? And then look at the past actions that you might have done in the past 3-4 months. You must have taken up something, and you must have given up. Where did you give up at that moment? And just go back to maybe school and college, and from there the identity had begun. And just observe and perceive this, and just look at it. Why? In just the looking, do not judge your inner child, do not judge your past. Just look that this is where the origin, this was the source of the pattern. And when you look at the pattern, at that moment, the pattern has to dissolve. That is the power of your soul. I hope this was extremely helpful. And if there's any questions, if there's any recommendations of any other kind of video, I would love to share my thoughts, share my spiritual perspective on that. With that, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.